How are you getting on, my love?
Oh, I can't do any more, Lionel. I've promised to go and read to the precentor's mother.
Huh?
It's my good neighbour week deed.
Ah, of course, my love. Is there anything I can do?
Well, you could ask the bishop to do something about his creeper. It's grown all over our side of the wall again.
Yes, you know how unhelpful he is about that creeper.
Well, surely he can't refuse in good neighbour week.
Yes, all right. You leave it to me, my love. I'll go and see him as soon as I've put the sprinkler on the roses.
Really well. Now, at the end of the over, Connolly's figures, 23
Now,
overs,
stop.
10 maidens.
Oh, but I must. They're so dry.
No, listen.
Pretty good figures.
Do you hear?
We're now going to see another...
Surely not.
It's a wireless. Somebody's playing the wireless. Out of doors.
Who could do such a thing? And in good neighbour week, too.
Here's Gleason, he bowls. Looks like the leg spinner, and Edridge plays it. Looks like a couple. They take the first single. Mackenzie running across from just behind the third leg.
Well done!
What's that, Henry?
Edridge has just made 80.
Then what's the score?
160%.
Oh, splendid! Now, we made 220 in the first innings. That means they've got to make 380 to win, and only tomorrow to do it. What about that, Newt?
Well, I wouldn't know, my lord. I'm not very interested in cricket.
Oh, but surely, Newt, even you can't help but be excited over a test match like this.
Well, actually, my lord, I can.
Oh, can you? Well, I can't, and I'm missing it, so hurry up with the letters.
Well, I'm on the last one, my lord. It's to the Commission of Evangelism of the World Council of Churches.
The CEWCC, yes?
Would you like me to read it back to you?
Oh, yes. Come on, get
To the Commission of Evangelism of the World Council of Churches. Dear Sir, the Bishop thanks the Commission of Evangelism of the World Council of Churches for their kind invitation to preach at the annual service of the Commission of Evangelism of the World Council of Churches and hopes that the Commission of Evangelism of the World Council of Churches...
What is all that about?
The Commission of Evangelism of the World Council of Churches.
For goodness sake, Newt, abbreviate it, use initials.
Initials? I always think they're so confusing, my
Not
lord.
nearly as confusing as that rigmarole, Newt. You just have to type it out again.
Well, I'm going off duty, my lord.
Well, I can't help that, Newt. And please, in future, cultivate the habit of using initials on all occasions.
Very well, my lord. If you say so.
How's it going, Henry? Shh.
Score 100.
Henry, I've been waiting all day to listen to this.
Edridge, 80 not out. Now we're interrupting our live broadcast from Lord's, and we're returning you to the studio for choral evensong.
Oh!
Steady, Bishop.
Yes, Henry, but that's my last chance to listen to the test.
Well, what about tomorrow, Bishop?
No, Henry, no. I've got to go to the Musgrave Charity Corporation's annual lecture.
Well, can't you give it a miss?
No, Henry, somebody's got to represent St. Oggs. Would you like to go, Henry?
No. Who's giving it?
Professor Horncastle. A fresh light on the Pentateuch.
No, I'm sorry, Bishop. I'm very busy tomorrow.
Oh, are you, Henry? Yes, and so it seems is everybody else. Oh, well, I should just have to go myself, I suppose. You know, Henry, really, it's really very pleasant out here, isn't it? The garden looks an absolute picture.
That creeper could do with a trim, Bishop.
Yes, but that's intentional, Henry. There's a door behind there.
A door?
Yes, to the Dean's garden. And when I first came here, he suggested we should have it open so that we could see more of each other.
Oh, so you encouraged the creeper, Bishop?
Encouraged it, Henry. I planted it. Cut me a slice of Swiss roll, will you?
Sorry, Bishop. We've finished it, I'm afraid.
Oh, you have you?
I'm sorry, Bishop, but I was peckish.
Oh, would you believe it? It's raining.
What, it isn't raining, Bishop?
Yes, it is, Henry. I'm getting wet through, aren't you?
No.
What an extraordinary thing. It's not raining over here. But look, over there you can see where it stops.
I expect there'll be a rainbow in a minute.
Yeah, I expect there will, Henry. But how can there be rain with no clouds?
Yes, we must write to the Times, Bishop.
We will, Henry, though I doubt if we shall be believed without a witness. Newt!
Yes,
Come quickly.
You want me, my lord?
Yes, Newt. Now, you see the sky?
Yes, my lord.
There are no clouds.
No, my lord, no.
You see where we are standing?
Yes, my lord.
It's absolutely dry, isn't it?
Yes, my lord.
And yet, Newt, now mark this very carefully. Over there, it is wet.
Yes, my lord.
Can you account for that, Newt?
Yes, my lord, I think so.
Can you?
The Dean's got his sprinkler on.
How very inconsiderate of him. Well, I should just go round and complain.
Oh, but you can't do that, my lord. No, it's Good Neighbour Week.
Good Neighbour Week? What do you mean? Who says so?
Well, the Dean, my lord. We've all got to do a good deed for our neighbours. He gave it out officially at Matins this morning.
Oh, did he? Well, he can be a little bit more careful with his sprinkler.
Well, I was going to ask you, actually, my lord, what you intend to do for him.
For whom?
The Dean, my lord.
Well, why should I have to do anything for the Dean?
Well, he is your neighbour.
No, everyone is my neighbour.
Well, I meant you, he's your nearest neighbour, my lord.
Oh, yes, I know that, Newt. But do you really imagine that the Dean intends to do anything for me?
Yes, I'm sure he does, my lord.
Oh, well, I'm very sorry to disillusion you, Newt. But you can take it from me that whoever the Dean is going to do a good deed for, it certainly won't be for me. Now, have you finished those letters?
Oh, they are one for the Commission of Evangelism of the World Council of Churches. Oh, I'm sorry, my lord, yes, for the CEWC. Yes.
Hurry up, Newt, or we shall miss the post.
Oh, well, don't worry, my lord. I'll just take it down to the SOPO. The what? The St. Aug's Post Office, my lord. Hello, Palace St. Aug's, Bishop's Chaplain speaking. Who's that? I'm so sorry, I didn't quite get... Let me get a pencil, thank you. The Musgrave Charity Corporation, yes? Oh, the tickets for the lecture at St. Paul's tomorrow. Yes, I know. Well, I'll just go and ask his lordship. Just hold on a moment, please. Thank you. Thank you. Excuse me, my lord.
Who was it, Newt?
The MCC.
The MCC?
Yes, my lord, they want to know whether you're going to use those 2 tickets they sent for tomorrow.
But I haven't had any tickets from the MCC, Newt.
Oh, yes, you have, my lord. They arrived last week.
Did they?
Yes.
How many?
2, my lord, and they want to know whether you're going to use them because they don't want any empty seats tomorrow.
Oh, but of course, Newt. You can let them know how very grateful I am and that they can depend upon me. I shall be there.
Righty-ho, my lord.
What do you think of that, Henry?
I didn't know you were a member of the MCC, Bishop.
I'm not, Henry. Somebody must have sent them. Do we know anybody who's a member?
Well, there's old Harris.
Of course, the presenter. Do you know, Henry, I took his old mother round a bunch of grapes when she had the flu. And I remember him saying something about being able to get tickets for the last day of the test. He must have sent them and Newt forgot to mention it. Typical of someone who's not interested in cricket.
Yes. Who will you take with you, Bishop?
Oh, of course, yes, Henry. You are particularly busy tomorrow, aren't you?
Yes, well, I've been thinking I might be able to arrange something.
I thought perhaps you'd say that, Henry. Have you ever been to Lord's?
Oh, yes, on my 14th birthday.
Good heavens, Henry, that was a good many years ago.
It certainly was, Bishop. I remember I went with Grace.
Grace? Do you mean the great W.G.?
No. Grace Pepper. She lived next door to us.
Oh, Henry. Tell me, did anything happen? Anything memorable occur?
No. Her mother was with us.
Henry, tomorrow you will have to concentrate on the cricket.
What about the lecture?
Oh, yes. Oh, I'd forgotten about that, Henry. Who on earth can we get to go to that?
The Dean, my lord.
What a good idea, Newt. Telephone him and ask him.
Ask me what, my lord?
Oh, Dean. Nothing, Dean. You been listening to the test?
Unfortunately, yes.
I have, Bishop.
So I heard, Archdeacon. And I must say I'm very surprised that you should be so inconsiderate as to play a wireless out of doors.
Well, what's wrong with someone listening to the test in their own garden?
Intrusive sound can be very disturbing, my lord.
Not nearly as disturbing, Dean, as intrusive water.
Water?
Look at that. What have you got to say about it?
My sprinkler. I had no idea it was so effective.
Well, it's so effective that I'm soaked through to the skin, and I'd be very much obliged if you turn it down.
Yes, of course I will go immediately, my lord.
Are you going, Dean?
No, Archdeacon, I am not. I have some matter I wish to discuss with you, my lord.
Oh, what is that, Dean?
Your creeper. I regret to say that it is once again intruding on the deanery garden.
Oh, well, really, is it? I'm very sorry about that. I'm far too busy to attend to it now.
I feared that was the case, my lord.
Oh, you see, Dean, I'm absolutely up to my eyes in work, rushing about from appointment to appointment. This is the first chance I have had to sit down today.
Really? You know, of course, my lord, that it is Good Neighbour Week.
Yes, Newt told me.
Everyone is supposed to do a good deed for his neighbour. A very happy thought, isn't it?
Oh, very happy, Dean. For those who have the time.
I hope you will permit me to render you some small service, my lord.
There you are, Lord, I told you so.
Yes, Dean, if you would turn your sprinkler down, I should be amply satisfied.
I was thinking of something a little more substantial, my lord.
Oh, you mean a really good deed, Dean.
Yes, Newt, you could put it like that.
What do you have in mind?
Your creeper, my lord. I thought perhaps, as you're so busy, you might allow me to trim it for you.
Oh, what a kind thought.
Oh, no, Dean, no, Dean. I couldn't let you do that. It's too much.
Much too much.
On the contrary, it would be a great pleasure, my lord. My wife and I plan to spend the whole of tomorrow gardening.
But what about your cathedral duty?
I've rearranged my timetable.
Oh, so you are free tomorrow?
Totally.
Then, Dean, you must allow me to render you a service tomorrow.
Oh, but I thought you were very busy, my lord.
Oh, I am, Dean, so busy, in fact, that I have 2 tickets that I am unable to use for a little entertainment in London, Dean. And I should be very glad if you and Mrs. Pugh Critchley would accept them.
But we are gardening tomorrow, my lord.
But, Dean, you wouldn't deny me the joy of giving you pleasure.
What is this entertainment?
It is an entertainment that I'm sure you will enjoy, Dean, and my chaplain will give you the tickets and tell you all about it on the way out.
Oh, yes.
Won't you?
Yes, of course, my lord. This way, Dean.
But my lord...
No, Dean, don't say a word. Just go and enjoy yourself.
Are you sure you don't want these tickets?
What I want doesn't come into it, Dean. After all, this is Good Neighbour Week, isn't it?
Oh, it certainly is. This way, Dean.
What about that, Henry?
Very neat, Bishop.
Fancy trying to use Good Neighbour Week as an excuse to hack my creeper about. Oh, well, never mind about the Dean. Let's see if they've gone back to the test. Do you know, Henry, I have a feeling sometimes that they devote too much time to religious broadcasting.
Never mind, Bishop. We'll be there tomorrow.
So we will. Henry, what would you say if I was to ask you if you wanted a glass of sherry?
I say yes, please, Bishop.
Come on then, Henry. Let's go next door and we'll drink a toast to tomorrow. Ah, Newt, did you give the Dean those tickets?
Oh, yes, my lord, and he was absolutely delighted with them.
Delighted?
Yes, my lord, I do think it's awfully generous of you to give tickets away for something that you wanted to go to yourself.
Oh, but I didn't want those tickets, did Newt?
Well, you said you did, my lord.
Of course I didn't.
Oh, yes, you did, my lord, when they rang up and asked if you were going tomorrow.
When who rang up?
The MCC.
Newt! You haven't given the Dean the MCC tickets.
Well, yes, my lord, I thought you wanted me to.
Of course I didn't.
But you said they were for an entertainment in London tomorrow.
Oh, Newt, of all the stupid, senseless, inept...
I think I'll go answer that doorbell, my lord.
I think perhaps you'd better. Henry, what are we going to do? We can't let the Dean have those tickets.
Well, can't we hand them back, Bishop?
Do you think we could?
Oh, I don't see why not. Say there's been a mistake.
Yes, Henry. He'll still be in his garden. Come on. Henry, put that down. No, put it down, Henry. No, not there, on the tray. Come on, quick. I'll talk to him over the garden wall. Dean! Dean!
Is he there?
I think I can see him over by the greenhouse. Or at least he's hung his coat up there. Dean! Can you hear me?
Yes, my lord.
Oh, but I thought I saw you over by the greenhouse. Oh, I see. You've hung your coat up there, have you?
Yes, my lord, whilst I picked these for you.
For me?
A token of my appreciation of your generosity over those tickets.
Oh, yes, those tickets, Dean. Where are they?
In my coat pocket, my lord.
Oh, well, Dean, I wanted to talk to you about those tickets.
Oh, I beg you not to, my lord.
Why not?
I find the subject embarrassing. You see, when you first mentioned those tickets, I formed the impression that they were for something you did not wish to attend.
Oh, my dear Dean, what on earth put that idea into your head?
Then I saw what they were for, and I realized that I had been very unjust to you, naturally.
Naturally.
Say no more about it, Dean.
On the contrary, my lord, I'm just about to write my sermon for the Good Neighbour Week service. And I can assure you that your generous action has provided me with the inspiration I needed.
But you're not going to mention them in your sermon, Dean.
Mention them, my lord? I shall not merely mention them. They will provide me with my principal theme. Good evening to you, gentlemen.
Well, what about it, Henry? We can hardly ask for them back now, can we?
Hardly, Bishop.
Really. It's very tantalising, isn't it? To think they're in a coat pocket just over that garden wall.
Yes, and he's in his study.
He's likely to be there for some time, wouldn't you say?
Oh, for a very long time, judging by his sermons.
You don't think we could go into his garden and get them back, do you?
No, Bishop.
Oh, don't you?
No, Bishop. He might see us go through the front gate.
Ah, Henry, from his study window. But if we went through that door, he wouldn't see us, would he?
Oh, no. We can hardly do that, can we?
Well, I wasn't suggesting that we should, Henry.
Oh, weren't you? I rather gathered you were.
Henry, do you really think that I could forget my position to that extent? No, Henry, it's out of the question. We couldn't possibly do it. However, Newt!
No. You can't ask Newt to do it.
Why not?
Oh, well, he wouldn't agree.
He'd be only too pleased, Henry.
You fought me, my lord?
Yes, Newt. Now, I was just wondering, Newt, perhaps if you would like to do something for me for Good Neighbour Week.
Oh, yes, my lord. I would be only too pleased.
There you are, Henry. What did I say? Right. There you are. Now then, Newt, you know what to do. Get on with it.
But you promised those things to the Dean for your Good Neighbour Week deed, my lord.
And you, Newt, are going to get them back from me for yours. Get on with it. Go on.
Well, what will the Dean say when he finds that they're missing, my
Well,
lord?
I just think he's mislaid them somewhere, Newt. Now, hurry up and get on with it. Don't waste time. Oh, what is it now?
Please don't shut them on. No, please don't shut them on.
Why ever not?
But it might stick, my lord.
Well, of course it won't stick.
Well, please don't shut them on.
All right, Newt, I won't shut it, but get on with it.
I've never done anything like this before.
There has to be a first time for everything. Get on with it. Oh, Henry, it looks as though we should get to Lord's after all.
Yes. Who's to stop us, Bishop?
Oh, the Dean. I better shut that door.
What about Newt?
Oh, never mind about Newt. Come along, Henry, come and sit down.
Oh, there you are, my lord.
Dean,
I hope you don't mind my coming in like this.
have you finished your sermon?
Finished? No, I've only written the first 15 minutes of it. However, that part does contain my tribute to your generosity, and I thought you would like to hear it.
Oh, but I do. And on Sunday, I shall look forward to it keenly.
There is no need to wait until Sunday, my lord. I can read it to you now.
Oh, but we don't mind waiting, do we, Henry?
Oh, not in the least.
No, Dean, we don't. We wouldn't like to trouble you.
It's no trouble, I assure you, my lord. Now, I have taken for my text Isaiah chapter 41, verse 6. And they helped everyone, his neighbor. I begin by examining the word neighbor in its Christian context. And then I go on to illustrate the use of the word neighbor wherever it occurs in the scriptures. And what is that knocking?
What knocking, Dean? Oh, that's nothing. It's just, what is it?
A woodpecker.
It's a woodpecker, Dean.
Really? Where?
Oh, well, it's behind that door. No, Dean. No, it's over the garden wall in your garden.
Really? I wonder which breed it is. Did you notice, my lord? Is it the British Great Spotted or the Picus viridis pluvius?
Because what, Dean?
Picus viridis pluvius, my lord. Is it green?
Yes, it is. That's his trouble.
Well, I should very much like to see it. Perhaps if I stood on this seat.
Oh, no, Dean. Don't do that.
Why not, my lord?
Well, because
It's flown away.
you missed it, Dean.
Oh, how very disappointing.
My lord, it's stuck.
Isn't that your chaplain calling?
Newt? Oh, no, Dean, Newt's not here.
My lord, it's stuck. I said it would stick and it's stuck.
But surely that's his voice I hear.
No, that's impossible, Dean. Newt has gone somewhere, hasn't
Yes,
he?
to visit a neighbour.
Oh, how strange. I was certain that I heard his voice. However, I will resume my reading now. Who Moses? my lord!
What?
You shouldn't have done it.
Done what?
I've just seen your creeper.
But you can't, he's behind the door. I see what you mean by creeper there. Ah, well, you see, Dean, I cut it down for you for Good Neighbour Week.
But you're only supposed to do one good deed, my lord.
Well, I've done two.
Very embarrassing. Puts me in a difficult position.
Yes, well, you just have to do another good deed for me some other time, Dean.
Yes, but what, my lord? Well, at least you will allow me to continue reading my sermon.
Oh, no, Dean, not that.
Anything but that.
Why? Don't you want to hear it?
Oh, yes, of course we do, Dean, of course. You see, but not out here. In the open. It would lose its effect, Dean. It wouldn't do it justice.
Oh, perhaps you're right, my lord.
I am right. I mean, it would be a great mistake, wouldn't it, Henry?
It certainly would.
Very well, I will go and continue writing it, my lord.
Dean, where are you going?
I thought I would go through this door, my lord, as you've been kind enough to uncover.
Oh, no. You mustn't do that, Dean. What I really mean is that you can't, you see. It won't open.
Oh, perhaps if I was to force it...
Oh, no, Dean, don't do that. You might hurt yourself. No, we've been forcing it for hours. It's no use, I can assure you.
How most unfortunate. I've always thought how useful that door would be were it open.
Oh, have you?
Yes, it would enable us to pay each other little informal visits whenever we chose. As my wife would say, we could just pop in. How pleasant that would be.
Oh, yes, very, very pleasant, Dean. But I'm terribly sorry to have to tell you that it's absolutely out of the question. I don't think that door will ever open again now, if you'll let me show you out.
No, my lord, you've already been too kind. Good evening, gentlemen, to you again.
Oh, really, just a pop in. What would it have been like if that door was open? Those two would never be out of the place. Has the Dean gone yet?
Yes, it's all clear.
Right, here we go then.
That was awful. That really was quite awful.
Never mind about that, Newt. Have you got the ticket?
Yes, my lord, yes.
Good. Right, well, I'll shut this door and bolt it. Henry, do you think perhaps we ought to nail it up?
No. Those bolts are sound enough.
Are they good? Lovely. Now, Newt, the tickets.
Here you are, my lord.
Oh, Henry, these lovely bits of paper. Admit one to the crypt of St. Paul.
What on earth? Oh, we shan't see very much cricket from there.
You see, our ticket for Professor Horncastle's lecture, A Fresh Light on the Pentateuch.
But you said you'd given the Dean the MCC tickets.
Well, I did, my lord.
But these aren't the MCC tickets, Newt.
Yes, they are, my lord. The Musgrave Charity Corporation.
Oh, you idiot. I thought you meant the tickets for Lord's, the Marylebone Cricket Club.
Well, I always said initials were confusing, my lord.
Oh, well, never mind about that. I mean, what are we going to do? Somebody's got to go to this lecture.
No, can't we put them back, Bishop?
Of course we could, Henry. Then no harm would be done. Right, Note, off you go.
No, I can't go back there, my lord. No, I can't, because the Dean might see me.
Oh, don't be so silly, Newt. That was just an accident. I can assure you that you will not see the Dean again today. Here,
Success, my lord.
What?
I was about to force it from my side, but I see that you've succeeded in opening it from yours. I congratulate you.
But what are you doing here, Dean? I thought you were writing your sermon.
I was, but I was chilly, so I came for my coat.
And you will be going back to your study again to write your sermon,
Yes,
Dean?
my lord. To work, to work.
His coat.
Coat. Oh, Dean! Don't go, Dean.
But I must finish my sermon.
Yes, but wouldn't you like to stay here and read us a little bit of it first?
But you said you didn't want to hear it in these conditions, my lord.
Oh, well, you see, Dean, I've changed my mind.
But you said it would have no effect.
Did I? Then I was quite wrong. No, we're all longing to hear it, aren't we? Please come and sit down here, will you, Dean?
Well, perhaps, my lord. Now. No! You are right, my lord. It would be a mistake for me to read it out here. I shall go and finish it, and then you can hear it on Sunday in its entirety.
Oh, no, Dean, please don't go. You mustn't go.
But why not?
Well, Oh, someone tell him why he mustn't go.
Well, you haven't got your tickets, Dean.
Well, how have you got my tickets, Newt?
Well, as a matter of fact,
He found them,
Found
Dean.
them? Where?
On the ground.
Yes, you must have dropped them.
I see. Well, thank you, Newt.
Thank you, Henry. It wouldn't do to lose those tickets, Dean.
No, indeed, my lord. I'm looking forward to this lecture keenly. Professor Horncastle is my wife's second cousin, you know.
Oh, really? So it'll be quite a family affair. How very charming. Goodbye, Dean.
Goodbye to you, my lord, and thank you. Thank you again.
Not at all. Now, before anything worse happens, the tickets.
What tickets, my lord?
The MCC tickets that you said arrived last week.
But you've just given them back to the Dean, my
Now,
lord.
Newt, don't start all that again.
But you have.
Those tickets were for the lecture.
But there aren't any other tickets.
What do you mean to say there aren't any tickets for Lord?
Well, not that I know of, my lord.
Oh, but Newt, really, do you mean to say I've done all this, cut down my creeper, burst my way through that door, and there aren't actually any tickets for Lords at all?
Yes, my lord.
Then why didn't you say so before?
Well, you didn't ask me.
Never mind, Bishop. We can hear it on the wireless.
Yes, of course we can, Henry, because you see the Dean is going to the lecture, isn't he? Ah, well, perhaps this Good Neighbour Week scheme has got something to recommend it after all.
Hello!
Oh, what is it now, Dean?
May we pop in?
Yes, my wife has something to say to you, my lord.
Such a shame, Bishop. We can't use those tickets.
Why ever not?
Grace has been reading to the precentor's mother.
For my Good Neighbour Week, Dean.
Oh, yes, of course, dear lady. But why can't you go to the lecture?
No, the precentor has given us tickets for a cricket match.
At Lord's!
What?
It's most embarrassing, my lord. You see, Grace accepted those tickets before you offered us yours.
And we should so much rather hear dear Herbert Horncastle.
Oh, this is too much.
You seem disappointed, my lord.
I am disappointed, Dean. I thought I got rid of those. I thought that I had given you something that you were going to enjoy, and now to have these tickets flung back in my face, it's too much.
Yes, what did I say, my love?
You were quite right, Lionel. Lionel said you'd be upset, Bishop.
I am upset, extremely upset.
Then permit me to do my Good Neighbour Week deed, my lord.
Oh, Lionel, are you really going to?
Yes, I think I really must, my love. My lord, I have something that I wish to give you.
Not the tickets for Lords.
No, my lord, a reading of my sermon.
Dear Lionel. He told me how keen you were to hear it, Bishop.
Oh, Dean, really, there's no need.
No need at all.
Oh, please don't bother, Dean.
It will be no bother. I shall enjoy it, and I will sit here. Now, my text I take, Isaiah chapter 41, verse 6 and